Hello, everybody. I'm just finishing the latest details of technical setting for this KARTA time number 9. Oh my God, I can't believe it. So, good evening. Here is the night, the change of time, and we are already a great day today, which is our first day for what we used to call the Death Week, the spiritual warrior or light warrior. So we are just on the topic of this month's coming and opening the energy for this incredible transformation that is now possible for us because time is now. So keeping up through time, this is a sort of a completion, KARTA time number 9. Yes, it's a one bag. It has been so inspiring. I travel as usual, north, south, east, and west, and I meet many of you who connect to this YouTube channel and be also there live when I do it. And I feel your connection. It's a very beautiful feeling. And for me, it is exciting and uplifting commitment to share with you what I consider now I need to speak for. So it's a very rewarding and very warm feeling. And as you know, I share this love unconditionally to every one of you to acknowledge and to really witness how much you invest effort into your very deep goodness and kindness so you can uplift yourself and uplift others around you. So that's my commitment to you. Yes, back on it. So we survive. I pray because we had snow this morning and weather, the clouds are very low, so our satellite maybe have problems to keep the connection. So we're going to go through. So I was saying time for completion. It is not just for me and for this old circle, 9 times KARTA time and November coming forth. So much to maintain the stability through the time. And we want to share, forecast what we anticipate for this period coming now. And I have personally, as I told you in my last KARTA time, to honor a new higher self, which is a Satyavrati, which is now functioning, active, and communicating with me and operating in the way I project myself and I deliver my mission. So I could see in this month a sort of a much more magic in the simplicity of the work we are doing and the way we are transmitting this teaching. And the experience was just in Moscow weeks ago, where we went through this module of journey into listening, and where we could, as a group consciousness, each of us heal our relationship with this inner child and communicate with our highest self with no filter, with no limitation. And it was bringing tears into the eyes of everyone. So deep was the heart connection, and so deeply people could recognize this inner voice where they could realize they will not be lost anymore, they're not alone, they are guided. So this was a very, very strong and deep connection with the group consciousness, with a new way to experience the teaching instead of delivering teachings. And we are definitely shifting away from presenting content, but rather go with each one of you into the content and apply it to yourself while we deliver the module. So the teaching are becoming extremely alive and very potent for you personally, because it's not about a teaching that some days maybe you will apply, but it is immediately applicable by who you are now. So this is a big step for me to take the risk to shift the way to transfer the teaching and to really jump myself in this void, because I had some experience, but not to that level of really letting go all the references I had, all I know, everything, the comfort zone, and really go into that space where the teaching manifests between us and the universe. So I'm extremely exalted by that experience and still feeling extremely enriched and empowered myself. So I am grateful for that I could say yes, to choose to embrace this unknown potential of the new me, not knowing really where this is going to bring me, but definitely knew that the old one is done, is gone, is complete. And that is a double emphasis on this time of completion, that the old one of you that everybody knew about you somehow has to go, when you can now present the new you with your choice and self-empowerment. So people will have to open a space to discover the new you. So I think this, what I did intuitively last month, is today a must for most of us, that if we want to renew our life, we need to untrust the new us and present it to others, that we may be surprised to discover that you are not the old one they knew about you. And this is quite challenging to present yourself, to project yourself, and to choose the value, the element of the new you that you support and develop, that you create, manifest, and because this time is a time of acceleration, amplification of the resonance. That means if you choose to manifest love and you say yes to that, you will densify your magnitude and attract people who want to support you, to show you love and kindness. So you really need to be extremely careful and aware, where do you invest your energy today? And this time is a sort of a platform that already bring us to the next year context. So it is creating foundation, creating a reference that will stay with you until next year. So definitely don't point the fingers to others, because that is useless. You waste your energy with that, and rather present what the value you choose today. It's very rewarding. It is really this time to connect regularly, daily, with your highest self or highest potential or unknown potential, and give a chance to the new. So I just wanted to share with you also the last news that we had one of our teachers, Shiv Dev in Devon, who decided to enter in a 40 days practice, seclusion, like a tradition of 40 days meditation in your isolate place, alone with yourself, the fire and the water, and go deeply into introspection and to meet definitely in the most deepest intimacy with your soul, and dedicating that to the goodness and the kindness, loving kindness all over the world. So We support her. I know she can't see us today because she is there. She entered yesterday. And but I want all of you send her energy and support so she can complete her program and practice with a successful experience. How to anticipate this month? So it is really about what and who do you want to be. So that's your potential you. What and who you want to be, to become. So this is a big step. You don't need to be that as a projection in the future. Is really how you can bring that feeling, that union with yourself, the one you could become is already here. So how can you embrace and choose for that? This is a good time to do that. It is a time to rise up and to step up to your best caliber, and you are, by this choice, establishing a trampoline for next year. You're going to be taking off for next year. And now is the time to make that platform for taking off. So next year is definitely coming a shift of paradigm, and we are entering that paradigm now. This is not anymore in 10 years or future. We are now entering a new paradigm, and next year is going to accelerate, intensify very, very strongly. So prepare the platform to join that new paradigm and to manifest it in your life from now with the right attitude, the right energy, the right commitment, and the right choices. It is not going to happen alone by yourself with your practice, looking about only yourself and saving and growing and enlightening yourself, but this is a time to nourish a little nucleus where you and other people will attract each other in a very unique way. It's like a blessing, or relationship are coming around you, to you, both ways. You can be of a support for others, and they can be of a support and love to you. So, and then this togetherness now is not just a simple friendship. This is much more about sharing your deeper self, your true, authentic self. And that means if you can join in resonance for the love, for the kindness, for the tolerance, the understanding, mutual understanding, then you're going to create a group magnet, a magnitude that attract to you a lot more. So attract the more. That is possibility opening up now. Attract the more in many fields. You can attract wherever you decide to invest yourself into loving or strong friendship, you will attract more of that. If you choose abundance, and that you want to develop abundance and you welcome abundance into your life, you will attract more abundance. If you will attract also more possibilities to make choices. It can appear like a confusing time because so many possibilities, but make choices is essential now, and just do it. You can attract more health and more healing possibilities if you decide to trust that, to say yes to the healing. Healing will come. If you say yes to harmony and beauty, this will also come to you, to your environment, to wherever you are. So the effort you put into life today, it is really worth it to choose the value you want to creditate and to say yes to. And the minute your whole body say yes, see the resonance and how universe increase what you just say yes to, and it will manifest in your life. This is a part of application to the law of resonance that we all know, that is now very intensified about this mirroring effect. So it is the time to also not to speak about the shift and the changes and all that, but it is a time now to focus on the change and identify the change. Why? Because everything accelerates, everything is, we are going with the move, and while we are going with the move, we are not aware of what is changing, because we take the situation always for granted, and that we are in a new place. We didn't even have the time to stop and realize something has moved. So it is very important to identify the change within your paradigm, with your environment. Identify the shift of paradigm, and different sign will show up. So you need to open your day and be vigilant that through the day, many moments of revelation, it's like a rain of possibility of change are coming, and you will see how you can do that. Until now, you had faith that, yes, something must change, I don't know how. Now it is getting more precise, that you get cues, you get indication, you get direction, inspiration, ideas that clicks and tells you, yes, why not do that? And it is time to do it now. So welcome this rain of inspiration, but focus your attention into it, because it is happening. You may not focus on that and then miss it. So just be aware, anticipate that signs are coming, I'm ready to see them. And then you will see them, you will attract. So now all these gifts are coming, all this reflection are coming, all this intense support is coming to you. Question is, what are you ready to invest yourself in? And I think that's where I see what we should answer the call of the time now is, where do I want to invest myself in? So for this, I see 5 points that are essential during this months coming. The first one is clear obstacle to your freedom. That means all the emotional energy that you hold in terms of guilt, shame, resentment has to go. You know, this is hooking on you, holding energy that you cannot use and that keep you in slavery. There's no one good reason to be ashamed of anything. Nobody can put you into shame. You are the one who holds your own dignity, and you need to relate to that and invest your energy rather into saving, holding on your dignity, and ignore and let go and dissolve, let go the shame, the guilt, and the resentment, because nobody can take your energy to point your fingers on and wasting your energy there. We have so much to call to be accomplishing positive things that just let go all that stuff. So clear the path from any shame. It is a priority, and I went through this very intense work, and it's amazing how you can transform this energy, free yourself. So this is a very good time to do this. Every time you may feel shame, guilt, take it, embrace it, and let it go because it doesn't concern you. This is not about the true you. This is all illusory. So, and that will free the self-empowerment and the joy. You find the joy again when you let go the sense of shame. So the second point is get your mind to work for you and not against you. This is a very old practice of yoga that you all know, that we need to work with our mind. We need to observe where it takes you with the pair of opposite and trying to convince you things are in confusion. So the mind will support you both ways. Can be self-denial and just feel that you are worthless and you cannot do things because you are limited, or you can deny the self-denial. So I would suggest use your mind to deny the self-denial. That's the formula. It's funny how the mind can heal himself if you turn it inwardly and not outwardly. I wonder if there is a problem of connection now. Yes, I'm back here. Sorry, I think it is our parabol, this antenna that connects with our satellite internet that with the snow has some difficulties. So the second point is about work with your mind, and the formula was, instead of being in self-denial, use the mind to deny your self-denial. That means if you feel worthless, not capable, not able to face the time, not able to decide, just deny that you are not able. Focus on that. Just deny that you are not able. Focus on that and see how it opened the field for you. So get your mind to work for you, not against you. This is a practice. Observe how the mind stops you, how the automatic pattern wants to kill you, wants to stop you and diminish you, make you small, and just deny that this is true. You understand? Deny your denial. It is strengthening your caliber, and it will bring you to a sense of assessment of you are not just the object of your mind, but you are using the mind to stop what wants to stop you. So the third point is, obviously, develop the loving kindness. And this is happening when you regress within the heart of yourself, the temple of your heart, and connect again with the innocence of your inner child that is always with you, was always there, and went through quite a tough time when you were growing and is still there holding on, is innocence and his purity. So you want to connect to this inner child, innocence and purity, and you are invited to mother your inner child. This is mothering yourself, fathering yourself. So if you're looking for somebody who take care of you, somebody who's gonna, do all that stuff, so bring it to yourself, meditate into your heart, and become the mother of yourself. Give to yourself what a mother would give to you, which is unconditional understanding, forgiveness, appreciation, all that you need to offer to yourself. And by connecting to your inner child, you're going to see popping up this original joy that is deeply inside you all the time. So connect to that and open up again and forgive yourself through this inner love. And then the kindness, the tolerance, you open up to tolerate anybody, actually. You will open up and see from that window of the heart and the eyes of the inner child that there is no threat. Nobody can be wrong to you, wrong to themselves. They are just the way they are, and what is there has to be like it is. So there's no way to contradict, to try to change, to manipulate, to pull everything in left and right. Rather embrace those who you attract to you, because these are the right people. And if you understand them through your heart, you will create an amazing sacred space around you that will be supportive. That's what I just said before. If you say yes to love, you will attract more love and more support. So that's your intention. Doesn't matter how it manifests outside you, incomprehension, misunderstanding, confusion, judgment. Just go into the heart, connect to your inner child, open your big eyes again and say, yes, embrace you as you are, because love is more precious than any sort of judgment and defense. And see how it affects your environment. It's very, very efficient. And at this time, specifically, is very powerful. So that's the third point. Develop this loving kindness to anyone. And then the fourth point is be an uplifter to anyone. So it's not just to tolerate and accept and be in relation to what you attract, but now will be what you attract needs your support. It needs you to uplift. As well as you get uplifted and supported, you have to decide that one part of your job is to be towards somebody an uplifter. So how you can do that? Start to uplift yourself in the morning, because this is where it comes. You remember, every morning you're there, my discipline I didn't do, I am facing another day which is a burden or difficult or challenging, whatever it is. Let pass that negative space of the mind and then go back into the heart temple again, and then open the space again and uplift yourself. That means appreciate all what you are offering, all your choices, all the inspiration you bring around you in the past days, how much courage you put in situation, how much awareness you have bring into a difficult situation or conflictual situation or dissonance area of your life. And just appreciate that, uplift yourself and value, be grateful for who you are, who you choose to become, and see it is already now becoming by that deep appreciation and uplifting. Exalt yourself, uplift yourself. Then when you have done that in the morning and you see others people not able to sustain themselves in self-denial, you will know exactly which words, how to send energies through your sight, through your hands, touch, or words that you can find on the spot to really be an uplifter and not poking, provoking, dismissing, or demotivating, but rather somebody who can always say the word that will give people an option to grow, an option to expand, an option for something a little bit more than what they were seeing as limited. So these are the four main points that you need to develop in your practice. And you see, Kundalini and Kriyas, they need to be oriented, they need to have a spirit behind, they need a package of energy. You're going to move as a very precious prana through any sort of Kriya you're going to practice. So set up your mind in the morning when you do your sadhana, your daily practice. This is these 4 points are essential. I revise them with you. Number 1, clear obstacles that are limiting your freedom, like shame, guilt, resentment, anger, frustration. Just solve that. See it, take it, embrace it, dissolve it. So you empower yourself and joy come back. Second, get your mind to work for you, not against you, and deny the self-denial. The third point is develop loving kindness in connection to your innocent self, your inner child. And the fourth point is be an uplifter. Put this in the service to inspire others. The fifth practice would be a meditation for you to practice, which is self-inspiration. And it's about be bountiful, beautiful, and blissful. You remember this beautiful mantra I think Guru Daskar was singing on a tape. It's called Mantra in Motion, or CD. And this is a beautiful, uplifting song. And you have a special mudra to do, which is basically tarat, tarat. This mudra is bring the three fingers in, stretch the thumb and the pinky, but both hands, and at the level of the eyes on the side, and palm back on it. Kriya is both hands, palm facing forward with the three fingers down, stretch the pinky and the thumbs, maximum. You hold it there to the level of the eyes, and you're going to sing with Guru Daskar this beautiful mantra, I am the light of the soul, beautiful, bountiful, bliss. This is who I am, what I'm projecting, what I choose to project to attract the support, the love, and this amazing prana from the universe to carry me through the change that I now start to see and to manifest in my daily life. So that's the purpose of this kriya, is dignity. It's a kriya about self-dignity. I hold on. It's a kriya about self-dignity. I hold on my dignity. I don't look for praise and any sort of defense, but I am myself. I honor myself, and I honor and I'm a human being in full dignity, and I manifest my presence in full dignity because I am a qualified human being. So that's your assessment. This is how you manifest your presence. This is going to support you for this next 30 days. Do it for 31 minutes. If you can't, you can do 22 minutes. It will be wonderful, and singing will be opening your heart and make your day a big difference. Just that meditation, do it in the morning with the rest of the practice of focusing. Okay, so I think we are about this KARTA time content and announcement and address did a full circle. I want now to open the space for the question we got this month and the people who are looking for inspiration and guidance on specific point. So I have this question here with me, and I'm gonna now answer those I can do in the time we have. So somebody called Amy Jones, she's asking, she just delivered, have a baby, busy with mothering, new job, and struggling to find her connection to the divine. She feels she is kind of disconnected. So I just, here we are back. So I'm trying to answer some of the question right now. And the first was about a mother just having baby, a new baby born, and feel disconnected. So I say I was laughing about that because for me, a mother just having delivered a baby is the most connected to the source of universe than anybody else. So it's just she doesn't recognize the space of being connected as she was when she was before. And my suggestion is meditate on the frequency of this child you have with you, and with no attachment, no projection, no fear, just receive the blessing of the purity and the innocence of that child, and you will, on the spot, will be connected with the source and your own divine self, because that child is now a projection of the core essence of who you are. innocent and pure mother, but also woman. So recognize that that quality of the child is your divinity within you, and you will be connected on this spot. Don't look for any other sort of mystical connection. You are in the best situation to experience on this earth in the 3D what is it to be connected through this relationship with the baby. So that's my answer. So no much big difficulty for big, heavy, intense meditation. Just connect to this essence of purity and innocence. Okay, so somebody is asking Alex Russell, what action can we perform during the holy months of Karika to strengthen our spiritual being? So I guess my 5 points practice are the answer to that. How to honor this fabulous, because it's a kind of preparing the start. This is almost a beginning of a new year cycle in the solar system. So it's not necessarily January. This is now the time. It's a very precious time to set the foundation for this whole new cycle coming. So just practice these 5 points I mentioned. I think you're gonna be on page. So people are also, like Tatiana is asking how to find a compatible partner. I think the practice I gave this month, and which is about partnership with yourself, this is so important that when you can embrace that partnership, I think as I say, if you say yes to the love and you start to apply it to yourself, you will see how much you're going to attract in that field. Then there is not such a right partner. There will be the congruent, synergetic partner coming to you in the field where you are attracting. So this is, if you qualify yourself, if you love yourself, if you are consciously manifesting this divine self, you will attract the right person. There's no other criterion. It's not based on the other one. It's based on you and your frequency. So, and if it doesn't have to happen, you will see the sign and the way will be shown. But I think if somebody is expressing that call into the universe, remember, there is no call that are not answered. So ask yourself, are you really calling for that? Are you really convinced that this is what you deeply want and your soul wanted? Because if this is so, I promise you, it manifests and there is no delay. It can manifest like this overnight. So ask yourself, if it doesn't manifest, what is it holding me from really wanting it? Because there must be something that you hold, a fear, an anxiety, or something that is not aligned with your divine self and with your divine presence, and you're not vibrating the cosmos from love, but from maybe a conception of a life. Or so drop any conception, drop any expectation, drop any vision that you base on your projection and imagination or your culture or your family culture. Drop all that and offer yourself to the universe and says, universe, bring me what my soul deserves and want now. And this will come. So there is another question from Maria Ivanova. She says, is it now a suitable energy time to leave my routine life and go abroad for earning money? So for earning money, I think this is anywhere, anytime. But now, if it is the time to change, to initiate a new life, and you visualize this as a change country or places, I think anything linked to change, as soon as it is not finish the change when you have changed, but open yourself to the flow of changes that are not going to stop. Remember that if you open the door to change, it's like dropping yourself in a river Why you want to stop yourself in that river when she wants to bring you to the ocean? Do you understand? If you feel that call, that means your soul probably is ready, wanted you to go to that, what I said, the platform for what is coming next year. And if you are ready to open yourself for changes, which is the trend at the moment, that everything is on the change, you will only answering the time, but don't hope that that change will stabilize you in a place where you're going to earn money forever. No, earning money is to be in the flow of the abundance and prosperity. So that's not the focus. You need to focus on, is it me bringing the best of myself in a place where I can be lost because it's a context where maybe I don't know fully the language, I'm not from that culture, but to make the difference, I will drop my limitative habits and open a new field of discovery if I don't know, of what I don't know, but I'm ready to embrace. Then you are moving into a prosperous field. If you just focus on limiting yourself, making money because abroad you can do it better, I think that's not a real motivation for a change. So my answer is vote for the change, embrace the change, attract the change, make the change, go with it, and drop yourself from wanting to anchor yourself somewhere, but anchor yourself in the change and see how it brings you exaltation and satisfaction. So that's my advice. So there are Chris Conrad also asked, because if he has a physical handicap in his back, and that's limit him from doing his job, his activities, and is under the need of some people to kind of assist him or support him, and he has a hard time to accept that fully. And then he says, what can I do something not to feel dependent on others anymore? So I would say, why? We are all dependent on each other. It's not like dependency like to drugs or or sweets. We are born together on this planet. Each of us depend on each of us. Whatever you bring to this world, it will bring to everyone, and everyone, you will attract everyone to support you. So I just said before, and through these 5 points I was mentioning for the next months, is such a beautiful time for you to experiment how to be supported. And if the Chris, you are the one I know, you are manifesting so amazingly very heartfelt support, nothing that would bring you into codependency, but rather interdependence. That means you give opportunity to people to help, and this is an amazing situation, because all of us needs to bring our support and help to everyone. And when any situation is offering that possibility, it's uplifting people who support you. So why do you feel dependent? You need to open your heart. I think that test of time on you is, don't go with the mind, don't go with the superhero profile, but rather accept that the meek in this situation is the strength, is to be humble and to receive, open yourself to receive, which will bring you so much joy the minute you can fully embrace it from your heart. So I think that's the solution is, of course, you need time for rest, and you need to include that in your lifestyle. You need time of being taken care of for your spine problem, which means maybe an osteopath or specialist for the spine. And you need time to put your spine flat on the wooden board to help her to readjust itself. These are all things that you must know by now. But the most important thing is open your heart for the support you need, and don't feel like you are a needy one, but rather you're offering a possibility for people to share this amazing moment with you as a mutual support of two human beings helping each other. I think we are here for that. So you need to embrace that fully from your heart. That's my answer to that. Yeah, there's another, how can I stop myself wanting to find a soulmate? Huh? This is Gina Power. I think it's the same answer that I say about finding the right partner. It's the same idea. You don't need to be obsessed by that, but you can allow the longing. You can recognize that I'm longing for a partnership. So it's not wrong with that. It is your need and you need to embrace it. It's completely legitimate. So then now set yourself, create that space of welcoming for attracting the right frequency of soul that comes to you. There is not such a thing like a soulmate. There are millions of soulmates possible. It will be your orbit attracting another orbit and they will join. So you need an orbit. You need to have chosen your values. What is the most valuable for you? I would say timeless value that you live for. That is your priority. That's what will give a value to your own life. Why you want to be with a partner if you are not investing yourself into carrying values into life? Because life is empty. The partner will not make your life. So there is not such a soulmate who's going to make the difference with your life. You need to be your best partner first. You need to best partner to life as well. That means you invest yourself into life with values that you hold on, that you commit to, and that you decide to serve. And when you have made that choice very clearly, what are the basic 5 values I want to serve in my life, then you're going to attract somebody who have compatible values. Because any other sort of magnetic attraction will deceive you long term and will show up with shadows and fight and conflict of interest. So when you know your values and what you want to offer to life, and not expecting life to offer you facilities and easiness, but you invest your best of self into values, then you will attract the people who have a same expectation to invest themselves into life and not waiting for others to fill up their gap. So that's what soulmate possible could be. And there are many, many of these who are on satellite orbits around you. And you just need to densify your magnetic field, become this magnitude based on value, and you will attract. Definitely the law of attraction is for everyone here. If it doesn't work, again, I suggest ask yourself, how do you limit yourself for not attracting that soul? Or did you reject people you have attracted based on mental judgment or intellectual values and not embracing what was there? So look in that direction. What else? We have Malik Al-Nakib. Bonjour KARTA, this is honor to address to you. The physical pain is something that we hold in an instant, and then that use a level of energy. Let's suppose that we work on treatment of the cause of the pain, and also in the hope that we can reduce the pain. How can we use the pain, the chronic pain, for our spiritual awakening? Thanks for giving me permission to ask you that question with all my love. Okay, so thank you for that question. And it's really about relationship to physical pain. As you say, when it is a pain on the spot that we feel because of pressure any way, any sense, physical, but coming maybe from mental or emotional or who knows where. This is a sign of a place where we probably have resisted to something and that we need to embrace something we didn't have identified yet. For a chronic pain, the sort of a disease then, because if this pain is chronically by cycle coming back to you in the same place, that means there is a pattern. There is something you're holding in some of other bodies. We're teaching that we are not just a physical body and not just mind and soul, but we are multiple dimension self. And we have different bodies where we hold resistance. So these resistance are the result of a combination of belief that we have built to protect ourselves against to be in pain again. So you see the paradox? There is in us somebody in between us and the pain that try to avoid us to go back to pain. So this is a traumatology. When we have been traumatized, when we have been under shock, it can be in other lifetime, or it can be a pressure that was carried through a lineage of our genetics. So, it doesn't mean that you did something or you went through a terrible shock that you forgot and now it's carrying through your body and repeating something you cannot get hold on it. No, it can be much deeper. It can be beyond this time now, rooted in the memory cell of your body and coming out now as a symptom. So absolutely, it's a spiritual sign of evolution. It is, the body tells you that now I can release this pain. You can become aware of that pain that was hidden somewhere that you were so used to live with, you couldn't see it. And all of a sudden, bang, it pops out, and it has the manifestation of a program that you are about now to be ready to release. You understand? So it is not the scenario that brought you into this pain that matters so much, but rather what is it the process you went through energetically, emotionally, and mentally, because this is the three very strong places where you can identify the origin, cause, belief, or program that generate that pain in the body. So by embracing the pain, by being with that pain, breathing with that pain when it comes, and say, thank you for telling me that you are there, and please bring me to the source, bring me to the root thought. And slowly, slowly, through dreams, through kriyas, you can adjust, you can have a look to also the dynamic of energetic in the body, linked to the organs, and the different program linked to these organs and through the meridians. And you can also go eventually to Ayurvedic doctors who are going to identify your Prakriti, but also your Vikriti. So that means how you have distorted the balance between your 5 elements. And they will give you a help, a support with massage, with special diets that can help you to support yourself. But until you do not identify that energy cause, the root of that trauma, you will not be able to eliminate just on working on food or remedies that come from outside. So first attitude is, okay, I accept that I have that pain that shows up in my body, and I appreciate that my body is speaking to me now, because when it doesn't speak at all, that would be more terrible. So now it's coming up. So now is the time for me to embrace that. And then talk to the body and let the body talk to you in terms of other dimension of yourself, like emotional, mental, spiritual, maybe it's a soul intention to solve something. Maybe it's other bodies. So let it speak to you. But if you open up to that conversation, and if you accept fully what is there in terms of pain, and bring, of course, loving kindness to that pain, but also ask, how can I identify what causes me to hurt myself? You understand? We don't need to hurt ourselves anymore. And it's definitely a resentment, a judgment, a fear, something like that, a very dark energy that you're holding there that hold you back. And you, as you couldn't make it in time when the situation was there, after time, you can revisit that and accept to see what you couldn't see at that moment. What was the unmanageable fear? What was the unmanageable worried or judgment or reaction you had? And now to see it as, okay, oh, that was my fear. That was my... And then today, I think out of context and out of scenario, you can easily embrace it, dissolve it, because the time, what shows it is when it somatizes, when it manifests in the physical body, that means the other bodies are ready to resolve it. So just be sure that so the first belief you need to bring into that picture is, I don't need to live with pain. That was a great revelation for me. When I went first in this Ayurvedic cure and I came out and I realized, oh my God, I always anticipate that pain is normal. We should have pain all the time. And this is, we call it little pain, and that is save us from big disease. That was my philosophy in the past. I tell you, this is wrong thinking. We don't need to live with pain, not physical pain. We can release that, and we can live without that. So there is a way to embrace and dissolve, and you just to put that belief that I can get rid of that pain, even if it is chronic, even if it is 10 years I'm living with it, it can leave my body on the spot. Can you believe this? So when you have been through pain for a long time, to hear that you could live without it is almost madness. And I recognize it, I accept that, you know. So be mad, accept that you can live without pain, and just find out, embrace, and dissolve it. That's my better advice to you. And of course, here we are helping people to go through this process. If you don't know how to do that, there is a methodology, there is a way to do that step by step, and you can really make a great difference. I have been for 2 years with kidney pain after I had this stone in the canal that came out of left kidney for me. And this was a crystallization of something I could not accept. And it was extremely painful for a short time, but it left me for 2 years with like somebody beat me in my lower back, you know. So I know what you're talking about. I have been through that. And guess what? Today, I have no pain in the lower back. So I feel even younger than ever. So this is possible. I'm not selling stuff here. You understand? It is possible. It just depends on how you face it, how you embrace it, and how you accept not to give yourself more pain than necessary. Okay, I think we are reaching our time now. I thank you all for being there. I feel your empathy with me and your sympathy, and it's not, I'm looking for that, but I just want to send you back my love to you, my appreciation to you for all the steps you do to help this world to have more light and more enlightened people, and to uplift people around you, to convert the patterns that are limiting ourselves and each other to one another, and now to start creating this nucleus of a strong magnet to attract light and bring more light in this world. Thank you. Thank you, Masha. I see you. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Love you all. Then we're going to for Satnam and closing our session today. Karta time 9 is over. See you next month. Love you. Satnam. So I'm going to stop our conversation. Thank you. Bye-bye. Have a good November. Actually. Yes, we're gonna stop streaming. Thank you, all of you. Bye-bye. Namhari. Yeah, everybody wants... Wow, Philippe Kiefer. Oh, my God. How are you? Bless you. Love you. Elena. Waheguru. So I need to stop, otherwise we spend the night saying blessing and loving. Love you. Bye-bye.